Hi, my name is Vaughn Hayes, and my physics lab is called the Comeback Can. The materials that I use for my experiment is a paper clip, a cylinder container, a rubber band, and a metal bolt. While preparing for my project, I poked a hole on both ends of the container and fed a rubber band with a weight through the holes and used paper clips on each side to keep the rubber band still. If you can see inside of my project, you can see that there's a bolt connected to the rubber band, which is connected using a paper clip to the front of my cylinder and to the back of my cylinder. The demonstration that I'm about to show you illustrates the conversion of kinetic energy to potential energy and back to kinetic energy. As you can see, when I rolled the container, the rubber band winded up because of the weight added on the rubber band, which led to the container being able to move forward until it rests, then move backwards. The potential energy is stored as the rubber band winds up, and when the container is finally at rest, the potential energy is converted to kinetic energy, which makes the container move backwards. One of the laws of physics is the conservation of energy. In the conservation of energy, it states that the total amount of energy in a system remains constant over time, and this basically means that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. And also, due to the law of conservation of energy, it explains why the can that I just roll on the ground rolls back to me afterwards. Unfortunately, we live in a real world, not an idealistic world. So things like sound and friction had a huge effect on my experiment. Due to friction, the can was not actually able to make it all the way back to my hand. Another effect on my experiment was sound. If you didn't, when I was rolling the can, did you hear kind of like a rumble go off near the end before it made its way back to kinetic energy? Sound sometimes make a scraping or rumbling sound. This means that the can's energy is getting converted into some other form of energy, which takes off, which never returns to the actual experiment. And another effect is the rubber bands are likely made to vibrate up and down by the can rolling over bumps. This turns the linear momentum of the can system into something much more complicated. If you could look in the can, you'd see things jiggling up and down instead of staying perfectly smooth and calm. As there is no mechanism for capturing this up and down motion and turning it into linear motion, it won't come back all the way to you. I feel like my project was a success. However, I feel like if I would have had a much larger rubber band and container, then the container would have been able to go a much further distance and still be able to return to my hand. This is the end of my project. Thank you for watching, and now I can graduate.